Hello my friends, my name is Gas and welcome to another episode of Gas in Depth. If you're wondering why I'm in Justin's channel, I'll have to ask you to check out the first episode of Gas in Depth where I'm going to explain everything. Today's episode is about the AUG. The Army Universal Gewehr, or Universal Army Rifle, official acronym being AUG, is a bullpup assault rifle made by the company Steyr in Austria in 1977. Bullpup means it has the magazine behind the firing action, aka the trigger, allowing for a longer barrel and thus more accuracy at longer ranges. The gun was officially put in service in 1979 as the XxJREKxX, which is German for Sturmgewehr 1977, or assault rifle from the year 1977. This gun appeared in Modern Warfare 2 as an LMG variant, the AUG bar, and in Black Ops as the AUG-A1 assault rifle. It was also one of the first successful bullpup assault rifles, and it's also number 7 in the military channel's top 10 combat rifles. Let's move on to the facts. The gun shoots 5.56 by 45mm NATO, or unless it's the SMG variant, which shoots 9 by 19mm parabellum. The capacity for the normal all of the AUGs except for their submachine gun is 30 or 42 round magazine. The submachine gun has a 25 or 32 round capacity. Now I'm just gonna name 3 variants of this gun, which are the most important, and name 3 facts of each. Basically the weight, effective range, length, and rate of fire. The weight of the standard one is 3.6, the H-bar is 3.9, and the parabellum is 3.3, all kilograms. The effective range is 300 meters, and the max is 2,700 meters. But like my good friend Justin says, good luck hitting someone at 3 kilometers away. The length of the gun is 790 millimeters if it's the standard, 900 millimeters if it's the H-bar, and 665 millimeters if it's the parabellum. The rate of fire varies between 650 and 750 rounds per minute. Now, the gun has many variants, but I'm just going to name 4 of them, and I'm just going to go in depth with 3 of them. The AUG-A1, the standard version, is introduced in 1977. The AUG 9mm, also known as the AUG SMG or the AUG Para, is chambered in 9 by 19mm parabellum, and it was produced since 1988. It is actually blowback instead of gas operated. And for some time, you could also convert your AUG to a 9mm variant. The AUG M203, which is basically an AUG with an M203 grenade launcher already in there by default. And the AUG H-bar. H-bar stands for Heavy Barreled Automatic Rifle. It's longer and heavier for use as a light machine gun. Now, attachments. Now, you know attachments, what the red dot and the silencer and the grenade launcher do. But I'm gonna name some attachments that are basically not in every assault rifle. The grip. Now the grip, as you know, is usually by default in the gun, but if you want some balance of it, you might actually want to put it as an attachment. Now the grip reduces the visual kick of the gun, and it also reduces the recoil, allowing you to shoot at farther ranges, still fully automatic. Personally, it's a very good attachment, as the AUG usually comes with it in real life, but for balance reasons, you might want to put it as an attachment. Next attachment that is normally not in guns, but actually it would behave like one, is the Swarovski scope. Now the AUG in real life usually comes with a Swarovski scope. Now so the Swarovski scope is basically, you know, that when you put the ACOG in the Black Ops, you get a different scope. Well, that's a Swarovski. It acts like an ACOG, but I think if you want to make it like a real-life AUG, decrease a little bit of the recoil of a normal ACOG for the Swarovski. Still make it higher than normal, but not as high as an ACOG, because usually the gun comes with a Swarovski. Personally, it depends on how they balance this attachment. I either recommend it as an alternative for the red dot, or not. Next attachment is extended mag. Now, depends on how the gun is balanced in game. I would recommend the attachment or not. If it's a 30 round, it's probably going to be increased to 42 instead of 45 if you want to keep it realistic. But it's the 42. They might, even though the gun does not have one, put a round drum of maybe 63, 65 bullets in the magazine. They put maybe a round drum for the H-bar. And of course, the parabellum one has a 25 round mag. It might be increased to 32 to 48, something like that. Now the next two attachments actually are what I like to call weapon changing attachments. Now, let's say they put the normal AUG A1 in game, just like in Black Ops. Now, these two attachments have never been in a single Call of Duty and will be probably exclusive to the AUG. These attachments are heavy barrel, which will turn it to the AUG H-bar with lower mobility, but stabilize the damage from 40 to 30 or something like that to full 40 at all ranges, in Parabellum, which will turn it to the AUG 9mm, increasing the mobility, probably the rate of fire, but lowering the minimum damage and adding a little bit of recoil because of the fire rate. Alright, personally, those two attachments are very good because they can fit your playstyle. They might not be in the game, but there's a slight chance that if they listen to the community, Infinity Warp, Sledgehammer, Raven, they might listen to me, and these are very good choices, you know. Now, the next two categories are also new in the series, since I wanted to deviate a little bit from the standard weapons in-depth formula. And those two categories are opinion and chances. My opinion about the AUG, either be the H-bar, the normal, or any gun about a variant of the AUG, is it's a great gun. I love it in all the Call of Duties it appears, and it just has a great history. It's very fun to use, definitely a favorite of mine. Also, if I could get a gun, one of the 10 guns that I would get in real life probably be the AUG. Now, the chances that it's gonna be in Modern Warfare 3 is I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I'm not certain that it's gonna appear as an AR or a light machine gun, but I do feel it does have a slight chance of not appearing at all. Now, if you want me to say specifically, I think it has a 3 out of 5 of appearing as the A1 or as the H-bar, and a 2 or 1 out of 5 as appearing as a light machine gun. Alright guys, thanks for joining me this time. It has been the Gas in Depth, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Next episode is actually going to come in 2 weeks. It's going to be the M1014. Since next week I'm going to be dual comming weapons in depth video with Justin, and I don't want to spoil the gun. How to ask Justin to tell you, but alright, see you in 2 weeks or for another episode of Gas in Depth, or next week for a certain gun in depth. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to leave a like, favorite it, sub to me, sub to Justin. That allows us to know that you actually like the video and you want us to continue. So alright guys, I hope you enjoyed, and peace.